everybody, it's Vian here. Welcome to my channel. I've always loved this painting called Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, and there was an exhibition happening in Brisbane called Van Gogh Alive Brisbane, and I have heard about Van Gogh's tragic story and was always curious to know what kind of legend could create such a beautiful painting. With my curiosity in mind, I took my children, actually 4 of them, the entire family, to experience the artist's inner world up close, and we really wanted to have this sort of connection. So here we are at Van Gogh Brisbane Alive. Van Gogh Alive, the experience is the most visited multisensory experience in the world. Basically, I'm prepared to step into a world where Van Gogh comes alive, and also being prepared to transcend time and space as we accompany Van Gogh on a journey. This exhibition is divided into 3 stages. First is installation art, Starry Night, and then there will be a large space with multiple screen 4D galleries, and we will finish with a sunflower space. For the installation art, Starry Night gallery is amazing. It is very difficult to imagine that under such a beautiful painting, it was in such bad circumstances happen to Van Gogh. And for kids, all those installation artwork are amazing. There were many tubes and there were many lighting bulbs, and they all hanging there with different stems. You can touch them and they're very soft, so for kids can actually see from mirrors and touch the starry nights through their hands. They also can step in from different angles to see the shape of the stars. I think this is amazing when we're trying to make a painting alive. After the Starry Night, when you keep walking, you enter the largest space, which is the 4D exhibition hall. I really love this area because everything is accompanied by well-selected music, which compressed into an album. Everybody can access that from the merchandise store. We can see all the paintings of Van Gogh during his lifetime through the 4D exhibition, and all the paintings are moving. They come from different angles. On the ground, kids can actually step in on it. That's why Harmony was dancing to it. Isabella can't walk, but she actually can crawl into it. Maxine was jumping like a jelly bean, and the Melody was pretending herself as a ballerina. Together with the music, we also saw some slogan and some statement from Van Gogh, such as he was really unhappy with that he only sold 1 painting. But there are also many inspirational notes on the wall for people to read about Van Gogh's mind together with his painting. The classical music seems to accompany Van Gogh's life. And this reminds me about my piano teacher's wife, Miss Pamela Page. She always states that music should be combined with colors. Every note must represent one particular color. That's why within a drawing, you can see a song. And also with a song, you can see a picture. We all know that Van Gogh is one of the most successful and famous impressionism artists on this planet. And this really defines the saying that through his painting, we can actually see a story. It's not only a picture, that's actually his life. The last space, which is the end of this exhibition, is the sunflower area. To me, my understanding is we started from the Starry Night, because everybody knows Van Gogh from the Starry Night. And then we enter the main space to experience his lifetime in a life through music, through sensory engagement. And afterwards, we go to the sunflower area to feel his life again and to celebrate his life, because he has such a tragic lifetime. But after so many years, everybody celebrate his work, celebrate his life, and also the most important thing is the whole entire planet is celebrating art. Towards the end, you can enjoy a cup of tea or coffee at the Starry Night Cafe, and you also can buy the CD, including the Vivaldi's Four Seasons, Summer, and also Bach Suite for Cello composed in 1717 CD at the merchandise store. You also can just simply buy a stem of sunflower from the vase as well. Actually, this is not just a stem of sunflower. I guess this is something represent Van Gogh's spirit. I have to say, this was a very, very memorable journey for my whole family. It was very difficult for us to bring 4 children because they're very, very young. We were so surprised they have enjoyed themselves through this journey, especially the older 2, Harmony and Melody, because I actually started them with art classes very early when they were only 3, and Harmony is turning 6.5 now. So we started proper painting art classes for her 2 weeks ago. The art teacher just introduced Van Gogh to her, and the color, the sensory development just really step into her mind. I can't wait to see her Starry Night. And I guess everybody has got their own Starry Night, because we all appreciate things in our life. No matter how difficult, how many problems we have to solve, how much pressure we have to face to every day. Just like Van Gogh, he was going through a ridiculously terrible time. Even he cut his ears. But imagine that when he closed his eyes, even in his imagination, he can create such a peaceful and a wonderful starry night. I would like to take my kids to things like this, because I want to let them know we need to appreciate art and feel the art. Lastly, we need to create art, because this is the truth of our life, and our generation, our next generation, needs people to contribute their time to do so. Thank you for watching my video. Please like my video and share to your friends. Don't forget to click the bell button and get all the new updates from my channel. Also, please follow my socials below. I will see you next time.